Deshaun Watson.
A Texas-based lawyer has filed lawsuits on behalf of at least 7 women. All of the accusers work in the health and wellness industry. They accuse the quarterback of inappropriate behavior during massages over the past year. One of the accusers says Watson forced her to touch his privates and perform a sex act. The lawyer representing the women says at least 5 more potential accusers have come forward. Watson denies all of the allegations.
Has a history that many are turned off by.
22 massage therapists have come forward to say he acted inappropriately with them, including groping and other acts of touching. Ashley Solis is the first woman to bring a lawsuit against Watson.
We were all deceived into thinking Deshaun Watson was a good guy. And unfortunately, we know that good guys can do terrible things.
Then in October of 2022,
Deshaun Watson is facing new sexual assault allegations from a Jane Doe, accusing the Cleveland Browns quarterback of pressuring her to give oral sex. However, Watson says he has the DMs to prove his innocence. Watson was sued back on October 13th for a 2020 alleged encounter. But in recent court documents, Watson's attorneys have revealed direct messages and texts. Some texts days after the alleged incident saying, "I'd like to meet up again," and others nearly a year after the encounter, supposedly showing the woman bragging about her oral sex abilities. Watson's attorneys say the alleged victim's allegations were rejected by the Harris County DA's office, police department, and a grand jury. They are seeking to impose monetary sanctions against the woman's legal team.
now there are new allegations, and I must issue a trigger warning because this is from a new lawsuit and it is graphic. So the suit has been filed in Texas. The Guardian provided a link to it. I've gone through it, and here we go. Starting from the beginning, the suit lists the accuser's background. She is a single mother. The two first made contact in July 2020 when Watson was at Prospect Park Restaurant Bar in Houston, Texas, restaurant and bar. It's alleged that a friend of his signaled to the alleged accuser to head over to Watson's table. The man, who goes by the name Earl, told her the quarterback wanted her phone number. She would oblige. They would text intermittently. Per the suit, Watson met the woman at the restaurant and suggested the two go out on a date at a shopping mall. The woman didn't want to be in public with Watson, leading her to propose a dinner at her apartment. Thus, on October 10th of 2022, Watson would make his way to Jane Doe's apartment complex, but apparently had trouble finding the unit. So, according to the suit, when Watson was on the phone with her, he would yell at her and scream at her, saying he didn't have time for all of this. When he did find her home, the alleged accuser was not finished getting ready. So she would go back to the bathroom, apply makeup, leave the door open, and try to have a conversation with him. She would notice, though, that Watson wasn't responding. She'd grow curious. Did he leave? Did something happen? So she walked out of the bathroom, thinking that she was just by herself. And the lawsuit states she found Watson naked on her bed, lying face down on his stomach. The suit would read, while Jane Doe stood there in shock, Watson turned his head and aggressively insisted that she massage him, gesturing to his behind. Jane Doe asked if Watson meant he wanted her to massage his back, but Watson indicated it was indeed his rear end that he wanted massaged. Feeling scared and unsure of what to do, she started massaging his back, but the quarterback demanded she focus on his glutes. The quarterback then turned over and displayed his privates and told Doe to massage from his knees to his groin. When she reminded him she was not a masseuse, Watson allegedly asked, "What do you want to do then?" From the suit, before Doe could answer, Watson grabbed her leg and positioned her so that she was lying down. Watson then partially disrobed Doe and penetrated her V without consent, implicit or explicit. Doe felt paralyzed, unsure if she should risk her safety by trying to stop Watson or endure his assault. Watson roughly essayed Doe for minutes in a missionary position before grabbing her and flipping her over. Watson continued to assault Doe aggressively from behind. Doe finally gathered the courage and strength to escape Watson. She quickly ran to her dresser to grab a heavy piece of decor for self-defense, yelled at Watson to get out. Enraged, Watson stormed out of Doe's apartment. This is all in the lawsuit that was filed in Texas. The suit would go on to state the alleged accuser worried about public condemnation of herself, her character, and more. And thus, she, like many others who become victims, and these are allegations with what we're talking about right here, many do not wish to come forward or are fearful of coming forward because of the repercussions, let alone if it is someone powerful or rich or like this, a pro athlete. However, it was the other accusers that would give her the confidence to do so. The suit would read, when she finally garnered the courage to come forward, she first attempted to resolve these issues with Watson. Without the filing of a public lawsuit, those efforts failed. In a statement, the woman's attorney, who many are now familiar with because of the past suits, Tony Busby, would tell the Post, quote, "This is an extremely serious matter. We intend to pursue this case with the same aggressiveness with which we pursued the others. We want a jury trial. As far as any specific comment on the facts of the case, we believe the suit speaks for itself." This new suit comes roughly 2 years after Deshaun Watson reached settlements with more than 24 women who accused him of sexual misconduct. Cleveland.com would reach out to attorney Rusty Hardin, who represented Watson previously. Court records did not indicate if Rusty Hardin was representing Watson in this latest suit. The Cleveland Browns would not be reached for comment as well. This woman who is bringing this lawsuit as of this week is suing Watson for $1 million. Pro Football Talk would write, the NFL previously declined to comment about whether Deshaun Watson, who was suspended 11 games last year after facing similar allegations in more than 20 lawsuits, could be subject to new disciplines, personal conduct policy. The league said it's looking into the matter. At this time, he is not on the exempt list. From a financial perspective, one should remember that the Cleveland Browns gave Deshaun Watson a hefty contract where it was fully guaranteed and the total was $230 million. The team and player have restructured that deal. Yahoo would explain they would face $172 million in dead cap hits if they cut him in 2025 and $99 million if they do so in 2026. Both would set a new record for the most dead money incurred in NFL history. As a result of the alleged incident, according to the suit, the woman suffers from severe mental anguish, panic attacks, depression, and anxiety.